Welcome back for the Divine Masculine update. Yes, as you do see these additions, we do have the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and the Karmic Third Party released at the same time. If you do want to come through and join our Twin Flame Joint Connection update that we host weekly, it is on a Sunday, Green's Mention time. Come through by subscribing and clicking the bell. You'll get a notification for that update. Now, if you do want the next editions, you can jump through and join our YouTube membership, and you get the content ahead of the crowd as well as any of our super chats. Without further ado, let's look at this week's energy and what's coming through for the Divine Masculine. Now, I do also use astrological energy. I feel it's quite important in the mix of this month and last month because we did have the axis of the eclipses. And so spiritually, there can be some big changes happening with Divine Masculines, being that they're Mars energy. And this eclipse come the 8th, I believe. Let's double check the solar eclipse. We have it on the 8th of April, 2024, and it is going to be at 19 degrees. Now, for them, this is a brand new activation. I'm going to have a look at what the degree point in the Sabian symbol will mean, so that we can get some context of what is coming through for the Divine Masculine. An empty hammock. Interesting. Receptive natural rhythms. All living things vibrate. Struggling and surrender is life's clear message, turning it to natural rhythm. Now, it is Mars energy, so sometimes it can be very busy. It can be things popping off. It can be dynamic energy. A lot of us can actually be burnt out. It can be around home that we are needing to be more cautious around fire. Definitely, there is one perspective because it is moon energy. It can be to do with resources, energy, frustrations. It is a new energy coming through. All life is rhythmic, and our personal long-term well-being and excessiveness depends on our ability to find and practice whatever rhythm works for us. Aries is the first house placement, so it's the place of self. It can be your self-expression, your personal needs, being assertive, and we definitely, from the axis between Libra and Aries, is to do with you versus other people and how to find that healthy compromise. Now, the Sabian mysteries, you can look at James Burgess, Burgess, and he will give you a direct link to what these Sabian symbols mean. Okay, so it is to do with an empty hammock stretches between two trees. Now, what else can I see? Two equals and opposing forces exist. Pure impulse and conditional responses. Contemplation is the first step towards inspiration. Time spent can actually be very productive. And the thing is with Aries, it's Mars energy. So we may need to slow down during this eclipse, allow the energy to play out before we do make any sudden moves. So for Divine Feminines, if you are looking at this as your shadow energy, I'm noticing the gentleman, like the Fool card in Tarot, it's like pause before action. Pause before reaction. It is masculine, it's dominant. And I really just feel, the Fool card in Tarot is jumping in where Angel's fair to tread. It's a new beginning. I think give it a few days during this eclipse. I feel Divine Masculines are doing such from an intuitive level that if they are in their self-awareness, it's going to aid them and they're going to be doing this subconsciously. If they're not, they could go in where Angel's fair to tread. But it is sudden changes, and some of us may need to energetically work out what we're going to do with these circumstances. Now, I do see here from the past position, emotions are going to be running high. We have the Queen of Water. It can be intellectual information, a lot coming at us. We're also having the Devil comet come through at this time. It can be really looking to the skies, so to speak. Situations to do with feminine and masculine polarities coming up. Definitely I can see some emotions really may have been impacting them. And if they are allowing their past to dictate how they're going, which is very possible because the previous eclipse was in Libra. And I feel divine masculine could be looking to the past. This could be coming to a popping point. This will be coming to a critical point in their lives where they're like, right, I've had this intellectual situation going on. I'm noticing Cancer on the card, which is moon, especially really making a link to the eclipse. And the other thing I'm seeing is if they had these revelations of the past, it's like, gee, I've got to do something. I need to stick up for myself. I need to transform. I think this eclipse in the mix can really usher this very fast moving energy for divine masculine and come the 8th. And I feel psychically, and especially working with eclipses and energy, how they generally play out, these things may have already been in their subconscious mind during the eclipse in Libra and well before, because we can have these frequencies popping off really well and truly prior to the direct event. Now, this will signify over the next 6 to 12 months, there can be a huge shift with divine masculine energy. In the heart of it, again, I do feel this relates to their dreams, their health, their patterns. I do feel for a lot they may be looking at life and saying, look, I need to change my wellness. There's light and dark in all circumstances. But again, I do really feel a judgment coming down to how to ascend, how to move forward, how to really get the best out of this. And I feel judgment, their judgment may be in the past. This could be out of their hands regardless. This could be a time where we don't directly feel, how could I say it? It's almost like 9 times out of 10, a tower moment can create a door. At the time, do we feel that? No. All we see is the tower. What we see on the opposite side of it is doors that did not exist before suddenly do. And so it is divinely guided, even though we can't see that at that point in time. And I feel divine masculine in the mix this week will be having some revelations that these tower moments, be it they're taking their power and they're navigating these situations with divine feminine and their personal lives, is that outcomes are going to be more positive. There is going to be a lesson involved in this, and I'm going to pull a clarifier on this because we have knowledge here. Again, I do think these are things that maybe they weren't aware of. I do think there could be a circumstance that they feel out of their depth with, or something hidden suddenly revealed. We are going to have an opportunity, again, I feel, to go back over time and to assert ourselves and to be aware that we need to forgive ourselves, especially if we were unaware of patterns or habits or circumstances that were playing out behind the scenes. Something's going to come to light here. Something that was hidden is going to be shown. This can be to do with love. They also could be those that are dealing with a karmic relationship. We have this as a clarifier coming in reverse, and I feel the belief systems of both individuals are no longer in alignment. They're really going to know what they are and aren't from a foundation level. We have death and rebirth here. There is an old connection that is going by the wayside. There is an asserting of their energy. This also could be linking to marriages, contracts, partnerships, and something that's been lingering. I definitely see them wanting to change their health, especially if there's a trigger point. And it's so funny. We definitely have abundance here. And I'm noticing the dragon really popping up on this card. And the comet literally does look anywhere between a devil. They're naming it as the devil comet, but it does actually look like a dragon. And I totally agree with one of our patrons. That's Giggle Glimmer. Okay. Interesting. Okay, this is the serpent rising. This is the rise of the divine masculine. I feel the trigger point has been through the rise of the divine feminine and a transformation. I also feel some can be shifting in various areas of their life and moving towards things that are really authentic to them. And it feels that it's very sudden. I've just had a bunch of cards drop to the ground. One that's sitting right on my leg is faithfulness. And it's being faithful and really honoring their path of what they feel is more authentic to them. They're showing me that there can be some ascension coming up where it can be to do with their health, things that are impacting their health. This can be purging habits, purging patterns, asserting themselves. Some can run the risk of burnout, especially, going in where angels fair to tread and burning out. I think they're being resourceful as well and not wasting resources. There could be a transition over for some from one career to another. I also feel that they directly are feeling more spiritually connected to you, that your home, that your family. They're finding their tribe. It's almost like returning to their true nature, returning to their tribe and honoring their emotions, especially linking to the past. And the positive thing is they're willing to fight for it. And I think they're being more assertive. They're also realizing that a lot of changes that were directly impacting them or that they were delaying really making choices on, I'm getting that now they're ready to really put up that fight and go towards something that's more authentic. They could be having a very deep, what word are they using here? If this is an ending relating to a karmic relationship, it's almost like a brutal conversation. This could be eventuating in, so the block could be to do with accommodation. Somebody could be getting kicked out. Somebody could be moving. But again, whatever this tower moment is, they may think it's misfortune, but in hindsight 360, it's almost like they're going to have a revelation that it aided them in avoiding disaster because it was causing mental entanglement. And spiritually, they're going to feel quite free after the circumstance. Yeah, they really do. It's almost like returning to their friends and their true tribes, returning to their happiness. There's a liberation here, and it feels more authentic to them. It really does. It's very positive. Oh, okay. Between the next 2 weeks, and again, we do cover this weekly, what I'm psychically seeing is these individuals are realizing where they were not taking a risk and there was a need to take a risk, a calculated risk here, maybe taking a risk for the wrong reasons, and stepping back and feeling as though maybe it was time that they didn't make any risks, make any risky decisions, take any risky steps. They were maybe needing to be quite resourceful. There can be a breakthrough with this. For some, this can relate to career and their wealth and their finances. For some, it could have been leaving a karmic relationship and fearing the outcome. In the context of divine feminine here, I do feel they also know that, I'm just hearing the term, it's almost like a reference point they're making that they can't wait any longer. This can be an impatience energy. This can be a feeling of, look, divine feminine and their emotions. They're frustrated with this. They've been very patient and understanding. I know the things that have directly needed to change, and I'm needing to do such now. So I really do feel this outcome card, really getting to the heart of the matter. This can be a heart-to-heart for some, and really choosing what they're faithful to. We will check in with this next week. If you do want to come through and join the joint connection, remember to subscribe and click the bell. And by commenting on our videos, this does help the algorithm really send these out on a rate by rate view. If you do want to get the next edition, jump through and join our YouTube membership, where we also do host the super chats separately. I hope to see you, and I hope to hear how this energy relates to you individually or to your twin flame path. Comment below and help us share the love. Take care.